Hello everyone, and welcome back to Towns. This is DoctorJefe, and can you feel it? Can you feel that sinking sensation in your stomach? What are we going to do this time? That's right, we're going down, all the way down to the final dungeon. Yes, this is it at -18. Here is the last dungeon that we can come across. I tried going down past -19. Nope, click minor ladder, nothing happens. So here we are, at the final dungeon. And I have my fisters all standing there ready. They are very well armed. They got lightning spears that shoot lightning out of it. There's bear people in here. Golden bows. We're ready to kick some ass. Yes, and this poor civilian is just going to stand here. Probably going to get slaughtered. What are you going to do there? See what our heroes are. Still got our two dwarves from the earlier time. They got a golden hammer. This guy has way awesome stats. He's got 11,000 damage, or sorry, 11,000 attack, 10,000 defense, 4,000 damage. That's pretty astronomical. So hopefully these dwarves will survive. Let's see what we find first. Some sneaky ghouls. Should definitely not be any problem. I'm hoping that there's going to be some new monsters down here. Something amazing. Alright. What is down here? Just sneaky ghouls? Is this going to be the big reveal? The land of sneaky ghouls? So far, the answer is yes. Maybe there's a ghoul king down here. Well, we still got giant ogres down here, so at least there's more than one enemy type. Who is this guy? Yurdrek. He's a pretty good dwarf. Kicking some ass and taking some names. Guess we can lock this door now. Yeah, so as you can see, this is the more planned out dungeon where you only have one lane as opposed to the previous one, which was just sprawling all over the place. Kind of like this type of dungeon a little bit better. Easier to path people along. Keep your heroes in a certain way. Well, it does seem to take them a lot longer to explore it, since they do have to go in only one direction. Actually, let's aid these heroes out. What I like to do is build some roads. Give my heroes a chance to move more quickly through these areas. Although, of course, that means that my civilians will be more of an open target, but hey. Who cares? It's the final dungeon. I don't mind if civilians get slaughtered in the process. Okay. Throwing some doors down. This is actually a very boring final dungeon right now. I've not seen any new enemy types. In fact, not even that many enemies down here. This has been like a dearth of people to fight and kill. No, just ghouls. Ghouls and ghouls and ghouls. So there's got to be like some necromancer or something down here, right? Blasting some pigs. Yes, that's pretty awesome that this hero, the wizard, can turn enemies into pigs. Although then they turn back into ogres and start to wreck shop. Luckily Yurdik's there, he'll take care of that. Alright, my good dwarf, what do you see? What shall you explore for me? Some boss enemy, something greater than the ghouls, maybe like a minotaur. I think a minotaur would fit perfectly down here. Surprised they haven't created one of those monsters yet. What else could be down here? Spider Queen? That'd be sick. I think spiders are really great monsters. I mean, everybody, not everybody, but there's a lot of arachnophobia present in today's society, so why not feed off of that? Make spider queens. Freak everybody out. Plus, they're good monsters because, kind of like zombies, you know, you don't really feel too bad about killing spiders. Yeah, what the? This is just Ghoul Town. Oh, so here's a zombie. Ghouls, zombies, ogres. Not really that much else in terms of monsters so far. Let's see. Burns an ear. Oh! Our mage! He got squished. That's rather unfortunate for him. Oh well. Gotta have some expendable heroes, right? Right. Besides the sneaky ghouls. Are they just sneaky because they live at the bottom of this area? That's their sneakiness? They're like, yeah. We snuck down here to level -18. No one's gonna find us down here. We're some sneaky ass ghouls. So, this is not as much as a tutorial of showing off, or not even a tutorial. It's not so much of a reveal of the final dungeon as it is a tutorial in creating quick ways for your heroes to move around by placing roads and mining thoroughfares. Creating some intergalactic bypasses, because you know every town needs a bypass. And if I could, actually I'm just going to destroy these stones. I also could destroy these ghoul heads that are in the way, but I have a purpose for them. Those heads shall serve me in death. And while it's cool that you can set patrol points for your soldiers, it would also be cool to have patrol points for your heroes. Like Dungeon Master. I'm sorry, Dungeon Keeper. Ha! Dungeon Master. Yes. It would also be cool if there was like a Dungeon Master aspect to this, where someone could create a dungeon for your town to explore. Like you could import that dungeon into your town. Now that would be sick. It would be like the one below level 19. It would be at -20. And of course, if you want to import new ones, you'd have to re-dig down there. It would take some work, but it's doable. Some more sneaky ghouls that were turned into pigs. That's cool. Man, all these wizards are gonna die. Frickin' wizards. Come out from behind the wall, you wizard. That was some good Van Damme right there. Okay, Fisters, go in there. Get rid of all these stupid ghouls. Oh man. Come on, you killed one of my homies right there. He was carrying a road. Now the road will not be completed. What a sad day. Yep, this part. You can actually tell when you're making giant straight lines of road where the road was supposed to go. It's like, hey, that's where a road should go. That's where his road was destined to go. It shall return there. Another sneaky ghoul. Now I'm starting to wonder, did they just run out of ideas for the last dungeon and just decide to make it all sneaky ghouls and ogres? And one Toponovich the zombie? I think I saw one iron golem as well. But still, if so, that's really weak. I was super excited after playing the second to last dungeon, that 10 minutes in hell. That was exciting. That was really exhilarating, just trying to survive against those fire demon beasts. And seeing those ogres for the first time was like, oh shit, I'm gonna get rocked. And there were so many enemies down there. They had those were-tigers. And your heroes could easily be overwhelmed. In this, like, nothing's happening. There's no challenge for them. They're just storming on through. The biggest challenge I'm having is trying to make sure that they're all given enough food and rest in order to continue their explorations, as well as building good enough roads so that they can get there quickly. Which is not cool. That's not why I play the dungeon part of towns. In fact, you know what? Screw it. I want to send my soldiers out here. There's no point for me to even wait around for these heroes to do this. My soldiers can easily explore this dungeon by themselves. Oh no! 4 sneaky ghouls? And they're not even attacking in mass. They're just standing there waiting to be slaughtered. Yep, so we explored this room quite quickly. And I'm sorry if you guys wanted to see the heroes doing stuff, but if you haven't seen them kill sneaky ghouls by now, well, you're not missing much. It looks pretty much exactly like that. This has just been one of the... Oh, finally! We find a burning pet and a snicker edge down here. Cool. Nice. This is where the action is at. Yes, people are getting killed all over the place. Wow, everybody died. That's awesome. Well, finally there was some action for all y'all. 7 people died. Glorious. Yeah, you guys can move back from there. Move into the area to help people out. That was awesome. So finally we found some enemies besides sneaky ghouls. Although I believe there was 4 sneaky ghouls in there. And 1 burning pet. Not a exciting ratio, but at least there's some action. Some people dying and stuff. Okay. Oh, someone else died. Awesome. How did he die? From an ogre. Cool. Ogres, man. Real cool, dude. Oh, another ogre. Some more battling. I can see it. I can feel it. Why do I have this as a control point? Yes. Someone else die here? What happened? No. No one died. How unfortunate. You know that you having an interesting time with towns when you're disappointed that people aren't dying. Who can fathom the mind of the heroes? Okay. Could be a big ogre. Awesome. Crushed his ass. Awesome. Moving patrol points. Awesome. Adding patrol points. Awesome. Ogres. Always awesome. People dying. Now it's pretty awesome because they weren't doing jack before. Is that a bear that shoots fireballs? That is awesome. That is awesome. Bears that shoot fireballs? Genius. It's the little things in this game. It cannot be the big things. There's no person who could make that argument. It's the big things in towns that really makes you enjoy it. No. It's really the little things. Forward, my fireball throwing bears. Into the breach. Oh, what? Something else getting killed somewhere. I only see these sneaky ghouls. Don't try and trick me that there's actual combat going on somewhere else in this dungeon. Okay. Continue moving, my army of fireball throwing bears. That would be awesome. Just have everyone in the bear form throwing fireballs. There's so much awesome potential in this game. It just saddens me to see a final dungeon of this low caliber. Keep on moving through the dungeon, setting some people on fire. She died. She was one of the ones with the bone sword. I should have known that she'd be pretty weak. Oh no! They killed my guy with the golden staff too. My group of fisters has unfortunately met their match to a sneaky ghoul. It'll have to be up to Yordrek to avenge them. I said, it'll have to be up to Yordrek to avenge them. Or big fuck you to Yordrek. Fuck you then. Not gonna go avenge them. What are you, afraid of a sneaky ghoul? I'm all about Mary Levasseur. She's gonna take this guy out. For vengeance. Yeah, there you go. What did you find? A room with nothing in it. How tricky of them. Okay, so now everything's been explored for the most part. One final area. This has been one of the quickest. I mean, it feels like forever. To me, it feels like this dungeon is taking forever. But looking back on it, this dungeon actually went really, really quickly. Mostly because I've been using my soldiers to explore this area, and they've been doing an awesome job. Quite well on our way to completing this final dungeon. The final areas, I can feel it. There's gonna be something amazing back here. Something besides a sneaky ghoul or an ogre. I'd really appreciate seeing a were-tiger, some of those dire wolves, even a goblin. I would love to see even a goblin at this point. Just some variety of some sort. The fireheads, those guys are cool. Where are they? Why are there no fireheads down here? A couple of sneaky ghouls is not enough to pique my interest. Okay, ogres, I'm over you guys now. That burning pet though, that was pretty cool. That one that we ran into. If they had maybe 20 times as many burning pets, this dungeon would not be great, but it would at least be passable. At least there would be a difficulty factor in there. I know that these sneaky ghouls are sometimes killing, not sometimes, a lot of times killing my soldiers, but that's just because they're not very well equipped. A lot of my best equipped ones all died when that burning pet slaughtered 7 of them. Now I've lost complete track of where they are. Here they are. Lusty Ogre, you're gonna crush that person right there. Yeah, what's going on over here? Yep. Somebody died. Oh, is that the new soldier that I just had? Oh man, bummer. There we go. And is this the last room? Have we completed the final dungeon? The last bastion of monsters living within our town. In the rocks below, the last monster has been killed. Many civilians gave their lives to make the town safe, but now the town is safe and free for them to build and construct a glorious empire. Of course, Well, I guess it's time to go into closing thoughts of this video, since we have completely explored it. Definitely disappointed in this last dungeon. This dungeon was awesome. The one before it, the one I did my 10 minutes in hell view. Like, look at all this stuff everywhere. You can even kind of get the sense of how awesome it was just by looking at all these remains of all the enemies that were killed. Like iron from the iron golems. Weapons strewn about everywhere. All their little corpse items down here. It was awesome. That dungeon was awesome. This dungeon, what do you get the feel of? Ghoul heads. Ghoul heads everywhere. Fucking ghoul heads everywhere. And dead people, unfortunately, just because I had to use all my soldiers all the time. Yeah, the one exciting thing was that burning pet. If it wasn't for that thing, this dungeon would have been a complete and total failure. As it is, it's a failure. But at least that was there to spice it up for half a second. So, yeah, this has been the final dungeon of Towns. A very, very anticlimactic final dungeon. As I kind of stated before, I'm going to do a final video of my top 10 favorite things and top 10 least favorite things of Towns, and kind of show off some of the buildings I've been constructing. So, that'll be my final video of Towns. This has been the final dungeon video of Towns. I know it's not been exciting, but hopefully you guys have been enjoying the series so far. So until the last video, hopefully it'll be up in a week or so before the Christmas break. Until then, my citizens, they're safe. They're all taken care of. But remember, take care of yourself.